Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here for week 9. Hope you're excited because I know I am. Shouldn't be any surprise. Uh, they have named Dowdle the starter. Go figure. They also, again, no surprise, have am going to start Brissett at quarterback. Very curious to see how this ends up breaking down for this week. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I actually, because of that, have moved some people around. So if you are curious, now's your time to ask. We will get all that answered for you. So, what's up, Glitchy? Oh, already got a question. I know you said Etienne. Okay, so when it comes to these three, it is close. They are all players that I have. I believe I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure I have them all top 12, maybe top 20. So I have not seeing Etienne. I have Hunt, Etienne, and Tracy all within 3 spots of each other. So if you want to play Hunt, completely understand that. You have to also realize that he's likely going to be splitting with Brashard Smith quite a bit. I would expect Hunt to still have the higher value touches, but that is still something that you're looking at. Etienne, I know he had 3 bad weeks before the bye. I just think with this coming back, it definitely helps to move that forward. And then Tracy, we're just going to see how they work him in. Having Cam Scatterboo get hurt, we'll definitely see if it changes their offense at all. I actually have mentioned on Wednesday that I thought it'd give a boost to both Robinson and Theo Johnson just because it should give you more options. But all right, is he playing Allen or Shakir? Assuming that Keenan Allen, I have Shakir higher. Sorry, guys. Allergies this morning. I have Shakir higher. The matchup, I think, is going to be back and forth. While I like Allen, it seems that one of them always seems to rotate out, and I'm not sure who it's going to be between him and McConkey in the value and how much they're going to score. However, Shakir is the number 1 target when it comes to looking at the Bills' offense, and so I really think that's going to end up boosting him quite a bit in this matchup. Yep, I would do that for sure. All right, Otto, good morning. Flacco or Jaden Daniels? I still have Daniels higher, but I completely understand this. The rushing floor being there for Daniels really helps keep him up there. Currently have him literally 1 spot in front of Flacco, so it's a coin flip. If you want to play him, definitely go ahead and do that because it's a definite possibility that he outscores him this week. And fam, what's up? PPR Downs or Franklin in my Guillotine League? Ugh, I don't like it. I would probably end up going. I'm pretty sure I have Franklin higher. Just again, the opportunities being there without Mims, him being the second target, Sutton kind of struggling at points. This could easily be again they lean on him a little more. So I'd probably go Franklin there. Sam, Dak or Danny Dimes? That's a good one. I'm pretty sure I still have Dak higher. They're separated by 1 spot. So, again, you're looking at a back-to-back, and I have Dak slightly higher. Again, my fear for Dimes is the fact that Jonathan Taylor is an option there, and he, again, has scored multiple touchdowns in different weeks, so it makes it a lot more difficult for me to want to roll him out there. Adam Gonzalez, good morning. Pick 2. Kyron Walker, Hunt, or Monangai. It's going to be, I think, Walker for sure. It is. Wait, did I say? Sorry, Kyron for sure and Monangai. Hunt's right there, so I literally have them all separated by 1 spot. So, really up to you. I get to pick. So, if you want to switch Hunt for Monangai, that's completely fine. Or Kyron for whichever. You can definitely move those 3 around, but I'm not playing Walker. Walker's the lowest of those options. All right, Nick. Need 2. Is that an RB2 or 2 running backs? I would probably end up going Hunt. I have him rated the highest of these with Henderson being the next closest, but no, I'm not playing any of the others over Wandale this week. Jawan or Loveland, with Shuck coming in, I'm going to go with Jawan. It's just barely because, again, I like what Loveland is, and I like how they've been using him. And Komet, I still don't think is going to play, so that makes things even more interesting. But I still have Jawan just slightly higher because they have to throw to somebody. C Plank, Darnold or Herbert. That's a good one. I think it's Herbert, but let me double check. Yeah, it's Herbert. TF, I'm starting Tet, JSN. Need 2 for flex spots. It's going to be half. It's going to be Monangai and Wandale. So, good luck. I want to see what BTJ does, and I like Booty a lot because I think it gives you the upside, but have to wait and see. Morning, Daniel. Pick 2. Debo, Diggs, Worthy, Downs, QJ. Ugh, I don't like any of these. I think I have Diggs the highest, followed by Worthy, because I think that game goes back and forth. But that's really a toss-up. I would say Debo, but he hasn't done anything. Downs is really hit or miss. Pittman's there. So if Pittman gets tough coverage, then it'll go to Downs. And then QJ, he has that opportunity for a long play, but does not seem like the right week for it. I mean, he could. This is just like the one time that if they have the other tackle in, but I thought I saw Becton was out again. So QJ still just isn't getting seen because the play for the time to allow for the play to develop isn't there. So, Jeremy, good morning. PPR, Robinson, Knight, or Sutton. It's PPR, so I'm going to go Robinson. Like the other options, I don't think you go wrong there. Ooh, that's tough. All right, John. Chiefs or Bears defense? I have the Bears higher, so I'm going to the Bears. T-Law or Flacco? Don't really like that either. Going to go with T-Law just because it's a slightly easier matchup. Also, kind of nervous that Flacco gets hit and gets knocked out, and I don't want that for you either. RPSD, what's up? Pick up and start McNichols, Jennings, P. Ryan, or Emmanuel Wilson. I'm okay rolling McNichols out there, but if you want to play it a little safer, P. Ryan would be the next option. Like we touched on, Flacco is going to likely play and be the starter, or should be playing in the starter. I'm just worried about him being knocked out, and that really just tanks P. Ryan pretty hard. All right, VZ. Let's see. Stafford or Goff. I have them back-to-back with Goff slightly lower just because of the fact that Stafford gets the Saints. It's brutal, but I don't really like either of these matchups. I'm really worried that they're able to do whatever they want on both these games. No problem. Good luck today. See, playing Vital, Bam, or Warren. It really depends on scoring. If it's PPR, I have Kamani the highest, followed by Warren, I'm pretty sure. If it's standard, then Bam would move up, and then be Bam, Vital, Warren. Warren, golly. Thinking of vital signs now. Okay, State Grad, what's up? Watson, Jennings, Booty, Pearson, Waiver, as is McCaffrey. Our league allows 1 point per turn. If you're looking season long, it's close between Booty and Watson. Booty's really come on, and they continue to use him. So I really like that as of these options. I like him the most. Watson would be the next man up because, again, he's back. And while he is going to be hit or miss in frustrating week in and week out and potentially an injury waiting to happen, him and Love seem to have some kind of link that he trusts him enough to roll him out there. So, TF, Danny Dimes or Jaden Daniels? I still have Daniel Jones higher. Mostly I'm worried about the matchup for Jaden. Seahawks have been pretty good against other teams. Their defense has really stepped up. So, Yeah, we'll see. This should be an interesting game. It's one of the ones that I'm always worried that the Bolts are going to end up losing. So, but thank you, John. Good luck. I have Dart the highest of these options. OK State grad. I know everybody's going to be off of him, but San Francisco still has a beat up defense. They're going to have to move the ball. Dart's been playing extremely well. I just don't see a reason to stop playing him. So that's how I feel, and I'd be much more comfortable rolling him out this week specifically. So, all right, C Plank. Higgins, Sutton, Tucker, QJ. It's going to be Higgins and Sutton, and it's not close. Infam, Watson or Sharp. Still assuming that's Christian Watson, so I'm going to go Watson. May or Herbert. It's going to be Herbert, barely. I literally have it back-to-back, so both have been playing very well. Otto, Bam Knight, Bill, Pollard, pick 2. It's going to be Knight, and then you go to the trash heap. Let me see. Pollard is... I have Bill one spot higher. So, don't love it. That's for sure. All right, Ian. Let's see. Flex. You riding Chase Brown or taking... Okay, so my worry for MHA is Brissett really feeding McBride. Because Brissett's been named the starter, I'm guessing McBride... I moved McBride to my tight end 1 this week. So, while I like the idea of Marvin Harrison having a bigger game, Flacco I know is going to hand the ball off, and Chase Brown is running really well with Flacco. So, I'm going to trust Chase Brown a little more. I have to see it from Harrison. So, unfortunately, I'm going to go Brown there. I trust. I really want to see something from him, but until it actually happens, I can't bring myself to do it. And I don't want you to be in that situation where, unless you're just absolutely chasing points, then I would throw MHJ in, but it's still so risky. All right, Daniel, pick 3. One has to be a wide receiver. Okay. Okay. It's going to be Wandale, Shakir, and then I'm probably going to go Dowdle. I think he's close to Henderson, though. Let me double check. Actually, I moved it. Him and Henderson are back-to-back with Dowdle having the slight edge. So, yeah, it's going to be Wandale, Shakir, and Dowdle just barely. Royale. It's Booty. Until we get a second tackle back and Herbert's allowed to wait just even a half second longer to see Johnson get free, you have to go with Booty. I mean, I hate to say that, but it's how it's been working out since the tackles have gone out. Herbert's been having to throw it quicker. It just doesn't allow that play to develop for QJ. All right, Chad, good morning. Stando, Rico, or Harvey? That definitely moves to Rico then. When it comes to just straight standard, it's Rico. Will Rich, need 1. PPR, Dowdle, Kelsey, Watson. I have Kelsey the highest, so I'm going to go there. Then Vikings or Cowboys defense. Oy. I don't like those. Let's see. I have Vikings higher. And then I have Fairbairn significantly higher. So. All right, okay. State grad. Let's see. What do you feel comfortable and or safe starting Stafford? Mild. I'm going to say it's in the middle. I currently have him as my quarterback 14 just because, as I kind of touched on, this should be a game that they're able to control. It makes me super nervous for everybody. However, we've seen him also throw 136 yards and 4 touchdowns, so could do that same thing. It's risky. Meanwhile, I trust Dart to score more points, but he's still in a safe range. Again, this week, like I said, I have Jaden low at QB 17, and that's because I think all of these other quarterbacks have the opportunity to score 20-plus fantasy points. So, and that's all the way down to 18. All right, well, Rich, let's see. Half PPR, Brown, Walker, Laporta, Odunze. It's Odunze. Not playing that game. Odunze, and it's not close. Josh Conrad, half PPR, Sutton or Allen. Because I'm not sure, I think I'd go Sutton just to be safe. I know that you're playing the other Chargers. I think Vidal's going to be fine, and Gadsden should be okay, but just risky to play them all. One of them's probably going to end up hurting you. So, Daniel Ferguson, good morning. Gadsden or DJ Moore? I have to go to flex for that. I think I have Gadsden higher. Yep, it's going to be Gadsden. See, playing Myers or Allen. I still have Allen higher. I know that they plan on probably showcasing Myers, but until I actually see him do it and him show up, I'm not willing to trust it. What's up, Jeff? Have a wide receiver. Who should I start? BJ, Pittman, Etienne, Genty, or Monangai. So it's definitely Pittman, and then from there, I think I have Monangai the highest. Yeah, I have it. Monangai and Genty and Etienne are all within like 4 spots of each other. So don't think you go wrong with the running back, but you're definitely starting Pittman. All right, Daniel. Let's see. Nico Collins, Javonte Williams is going to be Javonte. Again, when it comes to playing the Broncos, it's hard to trust anybody. And while I like Collins and the lack of other options, even with Surtain likely not playing or being limited, I just can't bring myself to do it. So, unfortunately, I'm going to go Williams there. Josh Conrad, good morning. Sutton, Booty, Watson, full PPR. I agree. Sutton has done better against him in the past, but I still like the upside more of Booty. So, and I'm pretty sure I have it ranked that way. Let me double check. I have, oops. Yep. I have Booty 2 spots higher than Sutton. And right behind Wandale. So, and then Watson is lower than that somewhere. Yeah. He's at 37. So, Scott, good morning. Downs or Marks? Again, this kind of depends on what you need. I think I go Marks because it's a safer play, but I really hate the matchup. Meanwhile, Downs, it will really be dependent on how well the Colts play. Or, not the Colts. That's who he plays for. How well the Steelers play against Pittman, but I'm still leaning on Pittman more. So, it's tough, but I don't really love any of those options. Going to go with Downs, though. Or Marks. Sorry, I meant to say Marks. You're going with Marks because I'm worried about Down. Well, Nico or Chase Brown, it's going to be Brown. If I sit Myers, I'm also playing Ladd and Allen. Yeah, because then you know at least one of them is going to have a good game. Frank Rod favoring Monangai over Dowdle because of the better matchup. That and the fact that I trust that Monangai is going to have all the work. I still don't believe. I know they listed Dowdle as a starter, but they've said that before. And until I see him getting 70% or more of the carries, I'm just not trusting it as much. Also, like you brought up, Packers are a slightly better defense than the Bengals. So, always happy to help. Makes it easy. Oh, jeez. No, you didn't. What are you talking about? That's fine. I answered it. It's Wandale, Shakir, and Dowdle. You're good. Jordy, I'm guessing. Herrera. Brissett, Mac Jones, or Flacco. I have Brissett the highest. Flacco's right there, but I think there's more upside for Brissett in this matchup. G over here just flexing on everybody. We get it. You have two of the best. I have Allen as my QB1 this week. So, morning, Polo. Missed you. I saw that you commented on Thursday, but must have just ended the stream when you did that. Sorry I missed out. All right, start one. Half PPR. Troy Franklin. Come here, DK. Of those, I'm going with DK because it's a half, which means you want more yardage. So that makes me lean on DK a little more. If it's full, I would definitely go to Franklin, but DK is just slightly ahead of him because of that. And then Jones or Smith. Ugh. Issue is I really like Smith, and I think he's going to get more work. But the Bills are actually good against pass-catching backs. Golly, my nose itches. These allergies are killing me, guys. But I also just hate Aaron Jones right now. Still doesn't look 100% healthy. If it's full PPR, I'd probably go Jones. But since it's half, I think I still go with the younger legs and Brashard Smith there. AW, good morning. Start 2 quarterback. Mac, Brissett, JJ, Penix. It's going to be... I think it's definitely... It's definitely Brissett. And I'm not sure if I have Penix or Jones higher. I have... Where is Jones? I have them all back-to-back. So it's going to be Jones just barely. Auto, rank them. Okay. It's going to go... This week, I'll go Ayamaner, Coker, Golden, Shaheed. All right, Daniel. Pick 2. Wandale. Guessing that's DJ Moore and Monty. It's going to be Wandale and Monty. William Taylor, good morning. Charbonnet or BTJ in the flex. Standard. Ugh. It's probably going to be Charbonnet. I just have to see it from BTJ. Ideally, this should be the week he shows up without Hunter there, but he has to catch balls, and he has been able to do that recently. So until he does, I can't trust him to do it for me. So going to go with Charbonnet and hope he scores, because that's really the only place they're using him. Good morning, BTFU. Need to decide on one in the flex. Pitt, Spears, Franklin, or Downs. It's probably going to be Franklin. I think he offers the most upside. If you want to play a little safer, I'm fine rolling out Spears. Chargers still aren't doing too great against the run, so Spears seems to be the one in control of that backfield. Arturo, good morning. Guessing that's supposed to be MHA Jr., Stephon Diggs, or Metcalf. It's going to be Metcalf. I figured you're all good, BTFU. All right, Will, Stroud or Stafford. Stafford. Metal Nate, good morning. Daniel Jones or Dak Prescott? Pretty sure I have... Yep, I have Dak higher. By 3 spots. My ambitions, what's up? Alec Pierce or Evan Ingram? Woof. That really depends on what you need. The upside there is for Ingram, or for Pierce. If you want to play it safe, Ingram has been being used more. We talked about it on Wednesday. He was one of the good tight end streaming options for you. But upside for Pierce is, again, it really only takes 1. And if he's seeing 4, like, he's going to probably hit 90 yards. So another good matchup for him. All right, Will. Texas versus Denver, Jags versus... It's Jags. Arturo, PPR, Myers or Shaheed. Going to go Myers. With Shook being the quarterback, I've got to see what that team looks like. I'm terrified of it, so I'm going to go pretty much anything against all... Well, the only thing from the Saints that I'd be willing to play would be Juwan Johnson, just because he's always on the field. So that kind of limits what your options will be. Will Laporta or Ferguson? It's going to be Ferguson. Tier, what's up? Mononga or Tracy? It's Mononga, and then Henderson or Dowdle. I have them back-to-back, but I still have Dowdle higher. Just barely. Because it's... Well, actually, no. It moves... Henderson moves down 3 spots because it's half. All right. Rob Moe. Dobbs or Parker Washington. It's really depending on what you need. I'm going to go Washington because, again, I'm struggling to trust Tracy. Or, not Tracy. Brian Thomas. Golly, my brain's all over the place today. So, He's actually one of the people that I'm targeting for a potential streamer and somebody to put on your bench to have as an idea of what's going on. So, makes it easy. All right, Daniel, pick 2. Dowdle, Etienne, Tracy, Booty, Franklin. It's PPR, so I'm going to go Franklin and Booty just because there's more upside. If you want to play a little safe, it's Dowdle and Franklin. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Etienne's right in that same area, so I'm not 100% sure where I have him, actually. Correction, I have Etienne higher, so it'd be Etienne and Booty, or Etienne and Franklin. Sorry, yeah, Etienne and Franklin, and then if you want to go for the upside, it's Booty and Franklin. So, AW. Second question. Brown, Tracy, or Knight? I'm guessing that is Chase Brown. Who I have Tracy and Brown above Knight. They're all right in the same spot, but just how it's going to be. Going to go Tracy and Brown there. RPSD. Daniels or Caleb? I have Williams higher. Tanner Peterson. Good morning. Chris Olave or Tracy Jr.? As I just said, I'm terrified of All Saint, so it's going to be Tracy this week. Kind of touched on it on Wednesday. Neil is more in the camp of them throwing a bunch of dump-offs to him, but see, Polo knows what's up, already giving me advice, working out, helping me out here. Love it. Will Rich, what do you even think about starting Pierce, Bourne, or Jennings over McConkey? I mean, maybe Jennings, but I don't really like any of it. So McConkey's the issue becomes this is a great matchup for the Chargers, so everybody should eat. It's just difficult to trust who it's going to be. Arturo, pick 3. MHJ, Diggs, Sutton, and DK. It's definitely DK. Then Sutton, and I think I still have Diggs slightly higher. Man, you always do this to me, Will. Let me double check. I actually had to pull up my stinking rankings because I can't remember. This is the one thing I don't look at every week to help set lineups. Not Landry. Landry's the other one. It's going to be White. RPSD, Stash, Terrell Jennings, or Dylan. Again, this is really dependent. I like the idea of stashing Sampson because you don't really know what's going on with Judkins and the upsides there. However, I also don't trust Henderson to be able to fully take over that job. And so since we're not sure how long he's going to be out, I'm probably going to go Jennings just as a speculative ad there. Worthy or DJ Moore? I'm chasing the upside and going Worthy in the game that is listed as the highest over-under of the week. Lil J, Knight or Hunt? Have Hunt higher. Travis, good morning. Spears or Aaron Jones? Spears. You're welcome. Hopefully I'm right. That's always the goal. And also love the 3 Ninjas logo. Rob Mo, what's up? Franklin, Parker Washington, more. I still have Franklin the highest of those 3. What's up, Nibs? Been a minute. Travis Tharp. Horton, Golden, or Watson? Again, depends on what you need. Currently, I have Watson ranked the highest, just because, again, they seem to have the most connection. So, trust them the most to see targets. All right, Nibs. Wilson or one of the Pats backup RBs? I have Henderson higher. I don't have Jennings higher, so it'd go Henderson, Wilson, Jennings. Frank Rod, okay, 2 different leagues. Daniels or May? It's going to be May. And Daniels or Jones? It's going to be Jones. All good. Will, let's see. Include Bolton. Oh, my gosh. Why do you... Man, okay, let me see. Pull these back up. I still have White, but barely. I have them within 3 spots of each other, so... And then Dak or Danny Dimes. I'm pretty sure that's still Dak. Dak by 2 spots. Yeah, Frank, I completely agree. It is definitely an issue when it comes to Daniels. It's also why I have him the lowest. I'm nervous he's not going to be able to run as much. Again, doesn't help that he's playing Seattle, who's been playing extremely well when it comes to their team. And so with that in mind, I just can't bring myself to want to roll him out there. Granted, I still think he does well. It's just this matchup is not made for him, and so it's too much of a struggle. I'm not willing to trust it. Just too iffy for me. All right, well, let's see. Chargers or Bears? Pretty sure it's the Chargers. I don't think it's necessarily close, but I will double check just to ensure that that is not false information and it is correct. I do have the Chargers as my second defense on this week. They are only behind, should be any surprise, the Rams. All right. And then my ambitions. What's up? Let's see. Kyle Pitts or Tony Pollard? Woof. I don't like it. Why do you have to do this to me? I think I have Pitts higher. I do. I have Pitts higher, mostly because it's PPR. RPSD. Let's see. Chuba, Wilson, or Terrell? Oh, yeah. I don't like it. Think I still have Hubbard the highest. I have it as Hubbard, Wilson, Terrell. Yeah, I don't like that at all. It makes me feel real dirty. All right. Yeah, yo, mama. Woody Marks or Krusky Merritt. That should be Marks. It is. I have Marks by 4 spots. Y'all good, Nibs? Let's see. Flex. Shakir Jennings. I have Shakir higher. Again, I talked about the over-under. The reason I like Shakir is he is the number 1 target for Allen when he has to throw. The issue is that they normally don't have to throw. However, I think this is a matchup that we've seen every year been just a blowout and a fun game to watch. So, going to go Shakir. Robmo, Booty, Franklin, DJ Moore. It's really a toss-up. I think Franklin's the safe option of these, with Booty having slightly more upside, like what Booty's been doing, but it's difficult to trust because it's so inconsistent. So, Will Rich, DK or Hawkinson. Because they've gone back to because they have gone back to JJ, I'm going to go DK. Trying to be smooth, and I still just fumble all over the words. So, Frank Rod, you're welcome. Happy to help. Johnski, let's see. Sutton, Slayton, or Brashard Smith, full PPR. I still think I have Sutton the highest. However, if you are worried about the singly matchup, which I completely understand, Slayton would be the next option for me. I like Smith. I've been touting him all year. However, with Pacheco out and the Bills actually being good against pass-catching backs makes me more nervous for Brashard Smith since that's primarily where he's been used. So, yeah, and that is correct. I still have Sutton higher, followed by Slayton by 8 spots. So, really depends on what you need. Slayton offers more upside, but Sutton's slightly more consistent in a game they're going to have to throw. I expect this game to be a struggle. So, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's one of the lowest over-unders of the week. Yeah, they're at 39.5 with Denver only being a 3-point favorite. So, Slayton offers more upside. Sutton's going to be iffy at best. All right, James. Spears or Chuba? It's Spears. You're all good, Will. Nope, I agree. It's May over Knicks. Again, the high over-under is not something you look for in these games. So, Christina, good morning. Caleb Williams or Bo Nix? I'm pretty sure I have Williams higher. Let me double check. Yep, it's Caleb Williams for me. Good luck. What's up, Tony? Downs, Myers, Jennings, 2. It's Jennings for sure, and then I think Myers, just because, again, with all the trade rumors surrounding him, makes it interesting. But it's real close with Downs, honestly. Good lordy. Alrighty. Marie, good morning. Booty, Rico, or Horton in standard. Because it's standard, Dowdle kind of gets a boost up here. However, it is close with Booty just because the long plays. I trust him a little more for a potential score. However, because it is just standard scoring, I'm going to go Dowdle. It's a safe play there. You're welcome. Good luck. Zachary. Sit 2. Oh, I'm sitting 2. Okay. Of them, I'm going to sit Knight and Dowdle. Willrich, Bam, Marks, P. Washington, J-Mo, T. Tucker. Only picking 1, and it's full PPR. Return. You get points for return yards. Again, I think it's kind of dependent on what you want here. I think Bam offers the safest play. However, I think the most upside is with Jameson Williams. I think I would much prefer the safe play of Knight this week, but completely understand if you're worried saying that Carter has been running with the ones. I can't buy into that because Bam has continued to beat him out every week. So, Tony, what's up? Sutton or Addison? It's Sutton. With JJ starting, I am terrified of Addison. And I don't know how useful he's going to be. I don't know where it's going. It's all scary to me. RPSD, how do you feel about trading Tet for Woody Marks? Really depends on your team. I don't like it because I think Tet in PPR is more valuable, but I understand if you need running back help. This is a good point to point out that we still do have, for at least a couple weeks, roster resolutions available. Only $10 available on the website. We go through, look at your team, look at everybody else, give you the trades that we would do, what we would do on the waiver wire, all of that information, and it's all based off of your individual league. So makes it pretty easy, but just throwing it out there if you are looking for trade help. Robmo, Slayton or Franklin? Franklin's safer. So, again, Stingley being on Sutton, Franklin should be open. However, Slayton has more upside with the higher over-under on the week. Utmost Turnip, what's up? Half PPR, Bam or Kittle. Yeah, I know. I don't love either of these. I do have them moderately ranked. I have them both as my flexes. I have them about in the same spot because it's half. I still think because it's half, I go Knight, just barely. Him getting guaranteed touches is a big part of that. So, Timothy, Diggs or DK? Going to go DK. I think there's more upside. I like Diggs, but he's just not running enough snaps, so it makes me real nervous. You're welcome, Marie. Aquil, let's see. Chase Brown or Tracy? I'm pretty sure I still have Tracy higher. Why? I have Tracy at... It's Tracy and who? Tracy or Brown? I have them back-to-back with Brown slightly ahead. So, it's close. Juan Isabel, what's up? Pick one, Moore, Golden, Parker. I'm going to go with Washington just because I trust that he's going to see volume. I like the idea of Moore, but he's just not doing enough for me yet. I think there's more upside for Washington, especially if BTJ continues to drop everything. Jordan Slay, what's up? Jennings or Montgomery? I'm going to go Jennings. I have Bam starting, but hard to sit Tucker with a... Yeah, I get that. Cecilio, Donald or Flacco? I have Donald higher. Need a flex, DK or James Cook? Oh, man. I don't think I can sit Cook. I have him as my running back 9. And I have DK at my wide receiver 11. So it's going to be Cook, barely. You're welcome. Good luck. BZ, Daniel Jones, or Jaden Daniels. It's Daniel Jones. BZ. Stafford or Dart. It's Dart. Again, I keep bringing this up as a resident Chargers fan. Looking at QJ, this is a game that he should be fine in. However, until we get our second tackle back, he's just not – the play isn't having the time to develop. So it's going to go McConkey, Gadsden, Allen, with potentially switching between McConkey and Allen, whoever gets more looks. That's really dependent on their matchup on whatever side of the field they're playing for. So because the target rate right now is 25% for McConkey, 23 for Gadsden, 22 for Allen, and then it drops down to, I think, after this past week, it drops down to 14% for QJ in targets. So you're welcome. Good luck. J. Lou, what's up? Indiana Jones or Herbert? It's Herbert. And then Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt. It's Hunt. Again, I like the idea, but until I see how Shut does, I'm not dealing with it. Will Rich, you're going to Doomsday. Chris, need a tight end and 2 flexes. Okay. You're going to go Gadsden, Shakir, and probably Myers. My ambitions, second wide receiver, Sutton or Wandale. It's Robinson. I'm playing Robinson. I know. I'm probably the only person you'll hear saying that because I like how Dart's playing. They seem to be flowing well. Daniel Bellinger's out, so I expect that Theo's going to have to block a little more. And while I do think Tracy gets some targets, I do think a majority end up going to Robinson and Slayton. Also why he has the upside. All right, let's see. Which QB should I go with? 6 points. I still have Williams above Brissett, just barely. In PPR, I think it's safer. I think that he offers more upside. Again, he's the only one catching the ball. I know the matchup isn't great, but I still have, when it comes to these three, it's me trusting. Well, wait. No, I have Hunt the highest. So it'd be Hunt. It'd go Hunt, Etienne, Tracy. Wait, yeah, barely. I have Etienne and Tracy back to back. All right, Daniel. Pick 3. Tracy Knight, J.K. Dowdle. So here I'm going to go Tracy, Knight, Dowdle. PPR, Kincaid or Laporta. I'm going to go Kincaid. Have PPR pick 2. Allen, Wandale, Monty, Booty. It's going to be Booty and Wandale. Then I pick 3. Tet, Worthy, DK. It's going to be Tet, DK, and Bam. Golly, that was tough. All right. Ian, Dobbins or Bam Knight? I'm going to go Knight. Well, Rich, Kelsey or Laporta? It's Kelsey. Collins, McConkey, or Addison? It's McConkey. Hubbard or Bam? It's Bam. RPSD, Tracy or Vidal? It's going to be Kamani Vidal. Okay, get this posted again. All right, BZ. Mooney, Chubb, or Shaheed? Ugh. I guess I don't like any of it. I'm going to go Chubb, but I don't like that at all. Jeff, Rico, or Bam Knight? I still have Knight higher. By, well, maybe don't. Where the heck did Delta? Yeah, they're split by 1 spot. That's why I just don't work that way. K1, let's see. Tet or BTJ? It's Tet. Again, I have to see it from BTJ. I know this is an ideal situation, but until it actually shows up, I'm not trusting it. All right, Juan Isabel, let's see. Pick 2. Hunt, Washington, Pollard, DK, Wilson. It's going to be Hunt and, man, that's close. I think I want to go DK. I can't decide between DK and Washington. I'd like I said, I think I like DK more because I know what he is. I'm curious to see how Washington does without Travis Hunter. So, going to be interesting. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. Still going to be on here for another 15 minutes answering questions until kickoff. Again, Discord offers a lot of opportunities for trade questions, nonsense, start-sit questions throughout the week with more detailed answers than what you get, or something similar to this, where I actually explain why I'm picking something. But we also have a full list of shows. Monday, we have the Waiver Wire show. Wednesday, we talk about all of our favorite plays, start-sits of the week, any nonsense that we have, answer all your trade questions, start-sit questions, all that stuff is on Wednesday. Back Thursday before kickoff, answering questions. Friday, we have the bet show, and then you're here, so you know what this is. If you have your questions, please ask them. Always happy to get these answered, get you guys moving along. So, sweet. John, just in time. Have a non-guy and Etienne slotted as... Would you swap out Rico for one of those guys? No, not over... those two. I have Dowdle slightly below those two. However, for Tet, maybe. I gotta see where I have Tet when it comes to the flex. Yeah, it's gonna be... I'm going to go Dowdle just to play it a little safer. I like Tet, but again, I don't love the matchup for him. I think he's going to see some tough coverage. All right, Marie. Let's see. Loveland or Theo? That's a good one. I think because I have Theo blocking more, it's Loveland. I do. So it's Loveland by 2 spots. Lauren, welcome back. Stainer, Keenan Allen, Diggs, or Franklin? Oy. I think there I'm going to go with volume and go with Franklin, but it's close with Allen. I think I'm... Okay, so I have Allen ranked the highest because he's been the most consistent. However, I think Franklin... Yeah, I have Franklin still as a startable player. I should preface that. I would be playing Allen because it's safe. However, I think Franklin will see more targets. So, Keenan Allen's more likely to score, to be honest, is why I have him that high. Drew, start 2. Kamara, Moore, Jennings, or Dobbs? It's going to be Jennings and... Assuming that's DJ Moore, so I'm probably going to go there. I like the idea of Kamara, but I have to see what Shook does. So, Troppy, what's up? I need to pick 1.5. Okay, so Sutton, Diggs, Mart, or Charbonnet. At that point, I'm going to go to the running back, and I'm going to go Marks. Don't like it. Yeah, of course, go for it. Shakir, DJ Moore, Shakir. Juan Isabel, what's up? Wilson, Jawan, Pierce, Xavier Leggett. Woof. Pierce and Johnson. Golly, I don't like that. That dude named Billy. Jones or Stafford? It's Jones. Flex spot. Laporta, Worthy, Dowdle, Shakir. Shakir. You're welcome. Good luck. Ramo, Franklin, or Parker Washington. I still have Franklin higher. Just because I have to see what happens. All right, Greg. Gadsden or Bowers? That one I still think I give to Bowers, but I'm real iffy on it. It makes me real uncomfortable. Yeah, I still have Bowers ranked higher. Barely. It goes Bowers, Travis, Gadsden. So it's real close. Then Gadsden or Warren. Warren's higher. So, you're welcome, Will. Good luck, Ian. Gee, you made it. Sutton, Dobbins, or Dowdle. Probably going to go Dowdle. Mostly because Sutton's going to be fine. When it comes to actual work, I think Dowdle should see it. Again, Dobbins has a tough matchup. Harvey should be the one that gets more more usage, not necessarily carries, just because of his explosive play. This is actually going to be kind of a struggle game for Dobbins, according to what I have in the matchup. Sutton is fine, But again, it being lower scoring, I think I go with Dowdle here. You're welcome. Happy to help. Good luck, you guys. All right, we're down to 10 minutes. That's all you get. All you get to ask your questions is 10 minutes left. But since I've been talking, let's see if any news has happened. Oh no, Lawrence is sick. Don't like that. Shocker, Dowdle is listed as a starting running back. That also makes me real nervous. Oh, what's up? How's it going, David? Diggs or Moore? Assuming that's DJ Moore. I'm going to go DJ Moore just due to the matchup. BZ. The reason I would do that is because I like Seattle rest of the season more. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I still have Seattle higher, but not by much. Yeah, I have... Well, corrections. I do have the Texans right next to Seattle at 8 and 9. So I think it's negligible enough that I'd much rather have Seattle for the rest of the year as compared to just having Houston for this 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. The matchup for Seattle rest of the year is just so good when it looks at their defensive schedule and how they've been playing. All right, Jared. Let's see. Laporta or Ferguson? It's Ferguson. KP, Alex Pierce, or Josh Downs. PPR, it's probably Downs, but the upside play of Pierce is just so difficult to overlook. I mean, he continues to just make big plays, and this is another one. It should only take 2 or 3 for him to get to double digits again. So, real close. Robmo, Franklin, or RJ Harvey? You're looking at a flex in PPR. I think I'm going to go Harvey because it offers more upside. And again, just the inconsistency of how Nix has played when it comes to throwing. I like what I've seen out of the running backs there. I know Nix continues to get it done, but I'm worried that this is a game that they kind of overlook again, and without Surtain, potentially, it's iffy. Jeff Horn, Rico, or Myers? Again, depends what you need. I think Dowdle is safer, but Myers offers a lot more upside, especially if they're planning to have him as a to feature him in order to make him a trade target. Very curious to see how that ends up working out, but I trust Dowdle more with how bad that offense has looked for the Raiders. KP, Pierce or Downs? Again, it's pretty much the same thing. I think of the two, I'm probably going to go Pierce because of the big playability, but really depending on scoring. All right, Greg. Diggs, Myers, Allen, PPR. I agree. It's Allen. Mostly because he's on the field the most of those players. Myers is a close second. Boca Raton, what's up? McNichols or Tootin? This week, I'm probably going to go McNichols just because I liked what I saw from last week. It's very curious to see how that ends up working out. Tootin's still an option, but I want to see more out of it. KP. Tracy or Jordan Mason? It's Tracy, and it's not close. RPSD, best streaming defense. So for this week, I think it's 49ers the highest. Not that means a whole lot out of this group. Actually, where are the Giants? Yeah, I mean, they're all right next to each other. So I would not be surprised if it is actually the Giants that ends up being the best streaming defense this week. So, yeah, yo mama. Flacco, Jones, Rodgers, or Stroud. Man, that's brutal. I believe it is Flacco. It goes Flacco, Rodgers, Jones, Stroud. Literally, and I have them all within a spot of each other. Crazy. It's like you're looking at my rankings. Darnold or Love? I still have Darnold higher. More worried about the carries and the matchup for Jordan Love. It just makes it too easy. So, worried about them running a lot. 5 minutes. You guys have 5 minutes to get any questions you have answered. Now is your time. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Again, going to do the pitch. We do have roster resolutions available where we go through your team, look at your entire league, help you decide on what trades we would like, what we'd be aiming for, where your weaknesses are. Also, look at your waiver wire to help you set up for not only this coming week, but the rest of the season, and really help get you ready for playoffs. Daniel Herrera, welcome in. Hunter Dowdle, it's Hunt. Nightmare, what's up? Pick 2, Pittman, DK. It's Pittman and DK. Again, not willing to trust the good old Nico yet. Tough matchup for him. David, Walker, Addison, Shakir. It's Shakir. Drew, PPR, I think I need a wide receiver. Yeah, probably. I don't know. It depends on your league. Because of who you have, this is a good example of why roster resolutions are important. This helps. So, with what you have enough running backs that I would try and ship one of those off, likely stapled to something like Jennings or Diggs, and try and get a better wide receiver. But I can't tell you that without looking at your league, knowing who has the best options for you, who are good trade targets, who people are likely sleeping on, all that stuff. So if you come back Wednesday, we'll be able to break this a little bit more down, but you definitely need to come in and ask on Wednesday with more information for us. Jags or Giants? I have the Jags higher. Drew, guy in last place. Nico, McMillan, or Ladd? Woof. Think I'm going to go Ladd, but I do not feel comfortable with those options. Sven, Mooney or Terrell Jennings? It's PPR. I'm going to go Mooney. I think Jennings does see a decent amount of workload, but I'm just curious to see how it works out. Still going to be Chiefs, but I don't like it. And then Brian Robinson or Ray Davis. I think at that point I will go with... I think I'm going to go with Davis, but I don't like it. Tamara, you always give me the weird ones. Don't like it. You're welcome, Daniel. Good luck. Drew H. Sounds good. We'll see you then. All right. You guys have 2 minutes. Again. Hope everybody had a safe Halloween. Glad you've made it. Always fun. Love to answer your guys' questions, get your lineup set, do all that fun stuff. That, and I just feel like this is the best way of being able to talk through and explain why I'm picking what, reasons behind it, why I'm struggling with some of the picks, it coming down to little things like how I would play versus what you should play, because a lot of that is me not trusting different things. Like, for example, I don't like the Chargers today. I don't know who I like more out of Ladd or Allen. I would say it's probably Ladd, but that's just because that's how everybody else is leaning. And I kind of agree because currently he is seeing more % of targets. On that same note, do I like London this week? Not particularly, but it's so hit or miss when it comes to how Penix plays and how he's being used. And same thing with Mooney. Mooney's there, which also cuts into London's targets. So should he be that high? I don't know. However, one thing I am for sure of are games that are higher scoring are usually where I'm targeting players, which is why I have Khalil Shakir so high this week. He is my wide receiver 16 for a reason. More than likely, if he is on your team, he is starting for you. Same kind of thing with Wandale. While everybody else is kind of going away from him, I like him as an option because of the fact that that offense is going to have to move. And while Tracy is there, I think they have to lean on Dart throwing more, which benefits Dart, but also benefits Wandale more. As I also touched on, I think Theo, with Daniel Bellinger being out, Theo Johnson's going to have to block. But they're also going to make sure they give him enough targets to make him viable, because he's going to be able to sneak out. So all of the things are important. But everybody, enjoy week 9. Good luck, and I will see you all on Monday. Have a wonderful week, and remember, as always, to keep up the nonsense.